Sydney. It's arguably one of the world's best places to live, but also one of the most expensive. With almost 36% of Sydney's houses being available for rent, share housing is arguably the cheapest way to live out of home. But with hot competition in this booming market, this isn't necessarily easy.
So originally my problem was with the costs. The costs for inner city housing in Sydney is very, very expensive. So I sort of had a limit to where I could go, and also location wise because of the cost. I had a limit of about $230 a week.
Jean-Paul just moved into a share house in Leichhardt after 2 months of searching for the perfect house.
Also, another problem, I guess, was the language barriers within some of the inspections. Many inspections I went to, they didn't speak fluent English, and while I was there in the inspection, they were talking to their housemates in another language. I guess that would have been a problem communication-wise within the house.
But what happens after you've found that house may not always go to plan. Eddie lives in a share house in Ultimo, and 6 months ago, he was robbed after his downstairs neighbour let a stranger into the house.
She climbed up the railing, which is about 2 metres high or something, and then she knocked on the door asking for keys downstairs to go down to the people's apartment saying they're her friends. I'm just like, that just sounds so sus. Why did you let her in? She's like, oh yeah, she wanted to go out through the front. I'm like, okay, I'll just let her out the front. But after that incident, it's like 5 minutes later, we found that we were missing 2 laptops, iPhone, all my IDs from my wallet and everything.
Obviously, not all share house experiences will be like Eddie's, and you shouldn't be turned off share housing because of it. After all, you do need to live somewhere. There's a huge amount of empty rooms out there, and a lot of competition. But this doesn't mean you shouldn't be smart about where you live.
I think it's important to do a lot of research and to take your time looking for a place. Sometimes it's better to spend some money on a youth hostel for a while if it means that you're not rushing to accept the first place that's offered to you. So I would say very generally to do your research, ask a lot of questions, and to take your time and don't feel rushed. I think you need to, I mean, it's hard work in Sydney to find a place, so there's a lot of going around to inspections involved. Preparing applications takes a long time, they ask for a lot of detail, and it's really expensive and it's really hard to find somewhere affordable. So I think for most people, just be prepared to put a lot of time into it, because that's what's often required.
Okay. Finding somewhere to live in Sydney can be hard, but if you take the time to find a house that's good for you, stay within your budget, know exactly what you want, and just be smart about it, it's definitely not impossible.